Hi everyone. Um, Now that I'm in my apartment, and I'm sorry for the echo, I realized that I forgot the cord of my microphone out in the United States, so I don't have a microphone. I'm actually using my phone. So there might be a little bit of an echo, and I've tried to put things on the floor to try and minimize the reverberation, but this is what I have until I can buy a microphone. Um, I wanted to give my experience on now that I've been 2 weeks in my new apartment, the difference of that. And I'm not certain this is a Spanish experience as much as it is moving from a burb to a city kind of lifestyle. So I'm in a small city in northern Spain, and I decided that I wanted to try living in a city. I have not lived in a city since I was a child, mostly because of safety. It's a woman living in right smack in the middle of a city is kind of not. It's just not my personality for me. And it was mostly driven by safety. And I found that this city is so walkable. I had been out till 1 a.m. at night. No one was on the street, and I felt completely safe. That is so different. And I'll put in a video of me showing my parking space in my basement, and it is like it's super creepy. It should be super creepy that it is a barely lit space, but absolute safety. Like it's just safe. It's just a safe city. So I decided that instead of living in a burb that was closer to my work and yes, closer to my son's school, I decided this is my one shot. Let me try and live in the city. I kind of didn't get to do that though because I couldn't find a place in the city that would allow me to rent with dogs. So I am a little bit outside of the city, but it's a 6 minute drive to go. It's pretty much 1 mile away from the center of town. So it's or 2.2 kilometers. So no, that's like 1.4 miles. I'm learning to convert. So, but it's a 7 minute, 8 minute drive or a 40 minute walk to the center of town. So I still think I'm kind of in the city, but it works out for me. So I've always lived in a house. I have only once lived in an apartment building, and even the apartment building, it was really a fourplex, and so I only had people downstairs. So the first thing I'm trying to figure out about this place is if I am in a crappy apartment or if it is normal to hear the footsteps of my neighbor's kids playing upstairs. Um, it's not a big issue because they're kids, so they have kid hours. Like today's Sunday morning, so they're playing outside. They're playing right now. You can hear it. But once it's 8, 9 o'clock, all the noise shuts off. You get to go to sleep. Um, I think one of them has a flu or something because I can actually hear him crying in the middle of the night and his parents trying to comfort him or something. So that kind of thing, I'm wondering if that is bad construction or if that's just normal for an apartment and it's just something I have to live with. I mean, to be honest, the price of this place is unbelievable. It is in where I live in the Midwest and finding an apartment, a 3 bedroom apartment for less than $1,000, good luck with that. Like, good luck with that. So the idea that I'm living in a place less than $1,000 with all the space I have, it's over 100 meters square, and it's unbelievable. So it's making me say, well, I guess I can survive with noise. Um, then another thing I needed to figure out is how to do Amazon. It's taking me a while and it's harder because I do not yet speak Spanish. So I'm probably month 2 in my Spanish classes. So I'm so not, I cannot communicate. And we do not have a concierge at the lobby. So if you do not let them in, nobody comes in with your packages. And that's even for your mail. So it's very difficult for me to figure out the days that they're coming and when I should be home and stuff like that. I am a hybrid worker, so I do go to the office and then I work at home sometimes when I really need to concentrate. And what I'm finding is that it is so, for example, if I know that I'm going to be in the office maybe Tuesdays and Wednesdays, then I make sure that it's on Wednesday I order something on Amazon so that it shows up on Fridays, Saturdays, or Monday. So I kind of do that kind of system. I'm now learning that system so that it will be a time where I know I'm going to be home. Um, Another thing I'm learning is how to recycle. A lot of the cities do that because you have to manage waste in the United States. But I lived in the Midwest and there wasn't as much of an emphasis on recycling. And it became a thing of ease where it was, well, you know what, it's just so difficult to separate my cardboard boxes from my plastics, from my this, from my that. So I just never did it. I tried not to generate the waste, but in the idea of separating the waste, I never did. So now that I'm in a city where you do that, that's a bit of a learning curve. And we have different nights for different types of things. Monday's plastics, Tuesday's paper, Wednesday is organics, Thursday's this. So it's a little different, but it's not very hard, to be honest. It's not really hard to do. And now, of course, it's like, why didn't I do this earlier? Like, why didn't I do this when I was in the United States? I think it's just this one, the system is already made for me, so it's easy for me to just follow along. While in America, I'd probably have had to call, get my special trash can, and all that. I have some neighbors who do recycling, but they had to call the trash company and then um, have their own special trash can and things like that. And also, there are these reports that, they collect it, but then they throw it in the same spot where you throw your regular trash. So you're not sure it's being disposed of properly. So what's the point? And the last thing that it's not different, but it's an experience I had was when I got in here, there were, repairs to be done. And my landlady took care of it. She within a week, most of the repairs, there was some radiator work that needed to be done. That was done. Um, the old oven was bad. So I she wanted to get another used oven. And I said, you know what, how about we split it 50-50? That we get a brand new oven and it stays with the house. But then I get to enjoy a brand new oven and you help me split the costs. And that worked out great. It was a really inexpensive, well, thinking American pricing, it was inexpensive to me, but here I have to realize that here things are cheaper. So when I think something is cheap, it's probably not. And also, my income has dropped because I'm now getting paid in euros at the euro rate, which is a lot lower than the United States rate. So I need to learn how to adjust my expectations to that. Um, I'm a Dave Ramsey kid, so it was initially easy because I've always spent less than I earned, but now I have to even drop it even more because um, I was I'm trying to find a way to explain it, but I am now spending the way I was spending in the United States. But now with my lower income, that means that I'm not having enough savings. So now I have to drop it even more so that I can have the same savings buffer that I had before. So um, that's pretty much it for right now. And hope you're enjoying this. Like and subscribe if this is helpful to you, and also to kind of give me encouragement so I can keep on going if this is interesting or helpful to anyone.